The Great Virtue of Wisdom of Nagarjuna. Etienne Lamotte. Composed by the Bodhisattva Nagarjuna and translated by the Tripitaka Kumarajiva of the land of Kucha. Under the later scene. Translated from the French. By Galongma Karma Migmi Chodron 2001. Chapter 31. The 37 Auxiliaries to Enlightenment. Sutra. The bodhisattva-mahasattva who abides in the perfection of wisdom by the method of non-abiding should, without producing complete perfect the following. 1. The 4 foundations of mindfulness. 2. The 4 right efforts. 3. The 4 bases of magical power. 4. The 5 faculties. 5. The 5 strengths. 6. The 7 members of enlightenment. 7. The 8 members of the path. Sastra. First part. The auxiliaries belong to the greater vehicle as well. Question. The 37 auxiliaries are the path of the Sravaka and Pratyeka Buddha. The 6 perfections are the path of the bodhisattva-mahasattva. Then why speak of things concerning only the Sravaka when dealing with the bodhisattva? Answer. 1. The bodhisattva-mahasattva must practice the paths of all the good dharmas. Thus the Buddha said to Subhuti. The bodhisattva-mahasattva who practices the prajnaparamita should practice the paths of all the good dharmas, from the level of sharp wisdom up to the level of the Buddhas. He must practice the first 9 levels but not realize them. As for the level of the Buddhas, he must practice and realize it. 2. Moreover, where is it said that the 37 auxiliaries are the qualities of Sravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas alone and do not constitute the path of the Bodhisattva? In this Prajnaparamita Sutra. In the chapter entitled Mahayana, the Buddha says that the 37 auxiliaries, from the 4 foundations of mindfulness up to the 8 members of the Noble Path are contained in the 3 baskets of the greater vehicle. But he does not say that the 37 auxiliaries are things exclusively concerning the lesser vehicle. In his great loving kindness, the Buddha preached the 37 auxiliaries that are the path to nirvana. In accordance with the vows of beings, in accordance with karmic causes and conditions, each finds his own path. The person who seeks to be a Sravaka finds the Sravaka path. The person who has planted the roots of good of the Pratyeka Buddha finds the Pratyeka Buddha path. The person who seeks the body of the Buddhas finds the Buddha path. According to his previous vows and the sharpness or dullness of his faculties, the person has great compassion or does not have great compassion. Similarly, when the Naga king makes rain to fall, it rains on the earth everywhere indiscriminately. The big trees and the large plants receive a lot of rain because of the big roots. The small trees and the small plants receive but little because of their small roots. Question. So be it. Nowhere is it said that the 37 auxiliaries are exclusively the path of the Sravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas and are not the path of the Bodhisattvas, but it can be known by rational induction. The Bodhisattva who remains in samsara and the 5 destinies for a long time does not get nirvana quickly. And yet the 37 auxiliaries are presented only as adjuvants to nirvana, whereas the perfections and the great compassion of the bodhisattvas are not. This is why we know that the 37 auxiliaries are not the bodhisattva path. Answer. 1. Although the bodhisattva remains in samsara for a long time, he must know the true path and the false paths, the world and nirvana. Knowing that, he makes his great vow. Beings are worthy of compassion. I must save them and bring them to unconditioned safety. The bodhisattva who practices the perfections is able, by means of this true dharma, to reach the body of the Buddhas. But although he practices and understands this Dharma, he has not yet fulfilled the 6 perfections, and this is why he does not immediately realize this true Dharma. Thus the Buddha said, "It is like an archer who, raising his head, shoots his arrows into the air. The arrows support each other so that they do not fall to earth." In the same way, the bodhisattva, taking the arrow of the prajnaparamita, shoots it into the air at the 3 gates of deliverance. Then, taking the arrow of skillful means, he shoots it at the arrow of prajna so that it does not fall on the ground of nirvana. 2. Furthermore, if, as you have said, the bodhisattva abides for a long time in samsara, he must undergo all the physical and mental sufferings. If he has not attained true knowledge, how could he endure these things? This is why the bodhisattva-mahasattva seeks the auxiliaries to enlightenment and true knowledge. From then on he can transform the world into the fruits of the path and into nirvana by the power of prajnaparamita. Why? The threefold world is the result of a complex of causes and conditions. That which is born from this complex has no intrinsic nature. Having no intrinsic nature, it is empty. Empty, it is ungraspable. The ungraspable is nirvana. This is why the prajnaparamita says here, "The bodhisattva-mahasattva who abides in the perfection of wisdom by the method of non-abiding must, without producing them, fulfill the 4 foundations of mindfulness." 3. Furthermore, in the Sravaka and Prakabuddha system, it is not said that samsara and nirvana are the same. Why? Because their wisdom does not penetrate dharmas deeply. In the bodhisattva system, it is said that samsara and nirvana are identical because their wisdom deeply penetrates dharmas. Thus the Buddha said to Subhuti, "Form is emptiness and emptiness is form. Feelings, ideas, formations and consciousnesses are emptiness, and emptiness is feelings, ideas, formations and consciousnesses. Emptiness is nirvana and nirvana is emptiness." The Madhyamaka also says, "Nirvana is no different from samsara, samsara is no different from nirvana. The limit of nirvana and the limit of samsara are the same limit, for there is no difference." Having found this true nature, the bodhisattva-mahasattva is not disgusted with samsara and not pleased with nirvana. The 37 auxiliaries are the ground of true knowledge. Second part, the auxiliaries according to the Abhidhamma I number of auxiliaries question. Since the 4 foundations of mindfulness suffice to obtain the